So we're finally getting NFL news after it feels like forever. It's been a few weeks, but finally we're starting to get a little bit snippets of NFL news starting to get back into the cycle. Starting off with the Tennessee Titans and a pretty crazy story if you really want to think about it. Just to update, Tennessee Titans quarterback Malik Willis has outperformed rookie Will Levis this offseason, but Willis could still get cut per team reporter. Quote, Malik's roster spot isn't guaranteed even with the new rule, unquote. Of course, Malik Willis ended the season with 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions last year. It was an awful performance in his rookie debut, and I think he played 3 games or so. Probably a little bit more than that. It wasn't too much, but it was ugly when he played. At times, it didn't look like he was an NFL quarterback. It didn't look like at times he even knew how to play the position because it's just how raw of a talent he was. But if this is true, that, well, obviously being reported, but if we're honestly believing that Malik Willis has outperformed Will Levis, he should have a roster spot. And this is something that I don't get why they picked Will Levis. I mean, in a way I do, but it doesn't make any sense when you drafted Malik Willis, because if we want to take a step back to 2022, we knew Malik Willis was going to be a project. Presumably, like many of the 2022 quarterbacks, it wasn't a great QB draft class that year outside of Kenny Pickett. In my opinion, I viewed Kenny Pickett as the number 1 quarterback, and so far it's been right so far. Of course, we have Sam Howell, who will be given an opportunity to show himself along with Desmond Ridder. So maybe those two can kind of bring up the draft class a little bit higher. Also, too, we have Brock Purdy as well, Mr. Relevant. But Malik Willis was definitely an interesting prospect for the quarterback class. A lot of people thought he was going to be a first-round pick just solely because of teams being desperate and hit with his physical tools, immensely talented. I think I saw one person say he was like a smaller version of Josh Allen. Has the mobility, has the arm strength. People question, of course, can it translate to NFL? Is he, size-wise, is he NFL ready? So we all knew that he was going to be a project. And, of course, Tennessee Titans took him in the 3rd round. To many people's shock, he fell that far with a lot of other quarterbacks in that class outside of Pickett, who was the only first-round pick. And like I said, what I just said a minute ago, horrible rookie season. At times, he just seemed like he didn't know what he was doing out there. A raw talent, raw as they get for quarterbacks. And even to the start of the offseason, it didn't seem like it was the greatest for Malik Willis either. But it seems like with this report now that he is outperforming Malik Willis. Now we can take this one of 2 ways. Either Malik Willis is getting much better, or Will Levis is horrible. That could be one of the 2. I mean, yes, Malik Willis can outperform Will Levis, but if Will Levis is playing how Malik Willis was in his rookie year, and Malik Willis got a tad bit better, yeah, you can see why. But it's either giving credit to Malik Willis or just talking about how bad Will Levis is. And for this one, I just don't know where to go to. I'm going to lean towards that Malik Willis has gotten better than Will Levis so far. And it's unfortunate that in this situation, he is potentially going to be not even guaranteed a roster spot, even though he is outperforming the rookie quarterback, 2nd-round pick that the Tennessee Titans traded up to get. It's unfortunate, and I think for this one, hopefully he's able to get a showcase in the preseason and show how much he's improved from his rookie year. And no doubt teams will give him an opportunity. I still think there is I'm not gonna say a big chance, but I still think there is still a small chance that he can go to another team. He can maybe sit a year or 2 and potentially be the starter there. He definitely has the physical tools to do it. Again, the speed, the arm strength. He has the tools that he can do it. Again, many people thought he was going to be a first-round pick in the 2022 draft. Like most of the quarterbacks, he slid. For me, I just don't think Tennessee is also a great fit either. When you think of offensively, if we just want to take Will Levis out of the equation and say Malik Willis heading into the season is a starter, he doesn't have great pieces around him. He really only has Treylon Burks. And I'm purposely leaving out Derrick Henry is because I don't believe, if we're looking at for future-wise, projecting on Malik Willis, hypothetically, Derrick Henry's not going to be here after this season. He's set to make, I think, around $12 million, I believe, in his contract, his cap hit for this year. He has one more year left in his deal. Of course, approaching 30 years old this season. they're not going to be signing him for big money after this. So they're probably going to let him walk after the 2023 season. And outside of that, who else do you have? Of course, Hassan Haskins got in trouble with assault on his girlfriend. I won't be shocked if very soon if he got cut from the team. And again, outside of that, I just don't see the pieces to really have Malik Willis succeed in Tennessee outside of Treylon Burks. And of course, they went for offensive line in the first round. But again, outside of that, nothing too crazy. And it's going to be the same situation for Will Levis. What is there for Will Levis? Let's say if he steps onto the team as a starter, week 1. What does he have really around him? Looking to big picture, future wise, he's in the same situation as Malik Willis. But I think for Malik Willis, he should have gotten an opportunity for the second year. Everybody knew he was going to be a project. Even the Tennessee Titans knew he was going to be a project. If they really had the belief that they were just going to 1 year and just see what he does, I think it's dumb. A big comparison to what I just said for Josh Allen. You look at his rookie season, he didn't play all that well. His second season, he got better, but it wasn't to the level that they were expecting. And in his third year, he took off. If we take that same mindset the Tennessee Titans are having with Malik Willis, now I get it's different. Allen was a 7th overall pick. Malik Willis was a 3rd round pick. But if we're comparing for raw talent quarterbacks, if the Bills took the same mindset as the Tennessee Titans have, Josh Allen wouldn't be the quarterback he is. He'd probably flame out in the NFL by now, and we'd probably be in another rebuild once again, because Sean McDermott probably would have lost his job after that. Again, not saying it's going to be a 1-for-1. It's a 1-for-1. Malik Willis is going to automatically turn to Josh Allen, but if you know he's a project quarterback and he definitely has an amazing skill set, you should give him the second year and give him the opportunity to prove himself. To me, this kind of looks like a situation where they kind of just were just shocked that Will Levis fouled into the second round, and they had to take him, even though it wasn't necessarily a need, and they kind of got caught in the hype of people saying, "Oh, he was gonna be a top 5 pick," and you see this potential top 5 pick fall down, and you say, "You know what? That's great value in a high second round. We get a top 5 pick in the second round. We have to do that." For me, I don't know how I feel about Will Levis. I just don't know. Of course, with all these quarterbacks, he has the opportunity to really excel and succeed. Am I high on him? Not so much. For me, I'm really high on C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young. We'll see what happens with Anthony Richardson. But for Will Levis, I'm not too crazy over him, aside from his quirks with the coffee and stuff like that. Does he have the chance to do it, to really thrive? Yes. Again, he has a good size, great arm strength. But you already have that Malik Willis, who you can argue has better arm strength and is more mobile than Will Levis. Of course, the only big difference is the strength of competition with Will Levis in the SEC, and of course Malik Willis being at Liberty, facing teams that he can't pick the teams, whoever he gets. Sometimes the schedule he'll be thrown a good team he has to face, and it's pretty unfair for him to kind of live up to that. If he has a bad game, then it's, he struggles against high competition. Well, it's not really fair on that part, where as opposed to Will Levis, he's in the SEC, everyone loves that. So, of course, even though he struggled this year, they're going to overlook that because of whatever reason. But for this one, I'm kind of bouncing around back and forth on many different topics, but it just kind of, I feel with this, there's just so many things that kind of go into this whole situation of, it just doesn't make any sense. If Malik Willis is outperforming Will Levis, he should be guaranteed a spot. And I think regardless going to the situation, I made a video a while back, probably over a month or two ago, about Will Levis being, when he first got drafted, what I think the situation was going to be. And in that video, I did say I believe Malik Willis will get cut, and it'll probably be Tannehill starting and Will Levis being a redshirt year, being benched and sitting out for a year, and after the season, he would become the full-time starter, with Tannehill also being on his final year of his deal. But looking at this more, if Malik Willis is outperforming Will Levis, he should be on the team. And matter of fact, he should be competing for the starting job with Ryan Tannehill. You might as well give Malik Willis the opportunity. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out worst case scenario, I know it's not something fans like to hear, or players. If you're bad, you get a high pick next year, and you can help potentially build for Will Levis. Let's say if Malik Willis plays and he just flames out, he's just as bad as he was his rookie year, you get a high pick, and you can pick Marvin Harrison Jr., let's say, and add a stud receiver in that wide receiver group for Will Levis. So you have Burks and Harrison Jr., and maybe potentially you can bring back Derrick Henry. I doubt it, but it could be a possibility. But if at the worst case scenario, you have two great receivers to pair up with Will Levis, I think regardless, you should redshirt Will Levis regardless of who's going to be the quarterback. Moving forward, I don't think he should be the starter. But for this one, seeing this new update now, kind of amending from the first video I talked about with the Tennessee situation, he should be given the opportunity to become the starter. I think you should give him at least that to really prove himself. I don't think it should be a slam dunk that Tannehill is the guy. Is he overall the best quarterback out of this group? Yes, but you already know what you have in Tannehill. You know he's not going to take you far. Of course, they had the magical run in his first year when they went to the AFC Championship game. That's not going to happen again. The offense is just not built to go head-to-head with teams. I'm sorry, it's Derrick Henry or bust. Can Tannehill give you good games here and there? Absolutely, but I think that the Bengals game in the divisional round in 2021, I think really showed you just how far push comes to shove what he really is. He is a solid option. He's a solid quarterback, but I think if you want to take a chance to go to the next level, I think you should take the game on Malik Willis being the starter this year. Again, is there a good chance it could flame out and they could be a worse team they were last year? Absolutely. But I think it's fair to at least give Malik Willis the opportunity to prove himself in his second year if he is supposedly doing much better than he was his rookie year. I think you should give him that because going into it, you know he was going to be a project. It's pretty unfair to know he's a project and expect him, hey, in your first year in the NFL, knowing it's going to take you a while to learn everything, you need to ball out. And if you don't, we're going to move off of you. It's very unfortunate, the situation. I don't know what's going to happen with Will Levis either, what his future is going to be. Who knows? It could be the same exact thing as Malik Willis. It could flame out the same way, and we could have the discussion potentially next year too. I doubt it, but we'll see. But let me know your thoughts down below on the Malik Willis, Will Levis situation. Do you think it's fair that he'll still get cut even though he's playing better than the second round pick? And if he does get moved up, if he does get released, what team do you think he can land and have the best situation in? Let me know your thoughts down below. With that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.